Okay, so I think, and I might be crazy, and I maybe should have looked this up before starting this video, but I believe I saw in the news where it said we're going back to the moon. Now, that would of course imply that we've been to the moon in the first place. I'll tell you what, and I don't really know why they'd want to go back to the moon. Unless you can make it some sort of a lunar base and you can stage fuel and we can be a multi-planetary species like that smarty pants guy Elon Musk says we need to be. Which, why he wants to do that is not fully clear, because he states that the human population is going down, so that's the largest crisis that we're facing. If you become a multi-planetary species, wouldn't you just further be taking away from that? Or are they planning on terraforming Mars? I mean, what's the Mars plan? Is it just more space? In space? For the space? So I don't know. I will, let's get into my opinion on why I believe we went to the moon in the first place. And it isn't because I'm some sort of a sheep, which I might be. I might just not know the facts and not understand everything. But why would Russia and all those other countries let us slide if we didn't actually do it? I would imagine they would have had the telemetry at the time that they would have been able to track the spaceship. So the other part of it being so important was to demonstrate to the Soviet Union how we have such precise rockets and skilled pilots to be able to do such a thing. I believe that just recently, like within the last few years, China actually sent a probe that went around the moon and maybe caught pictures of everything. I should have looked that up too before making this video. But it wouldn't be the internet if I weren't just talking straight up out my ass. Realistically, the only thing I should be talking about is auto repair and small business management. Maybe I should stick to that. But then that'd be boring. What type of a pirate would I be if it was just auto repair and small business management? I could talk a little bit of plumbing, maybe. I did used to talk about outdoors, but anyway, back to this whole moon thing. I'm curious, how are we going to be landing on the moon when NASA isn't really doing rockets, you know? I do not know. But I do know there's plenty of people that don't think that it happened in the first place. And I also know that I spent the first 22 years of my life having never directly encountered a person that was a moon landing denier. And when I actually did, it really made me feel weird. It was the first time I had ever felt the thing they call, I think it's the cognitive dissonance, and it was a very strange and at the time triggering feeling. I don't know what's wrong with me back then. I was of course drinking a lot, and of course if you're bipolar and you're drinking a lot, who the hell knows what's going to make you feel a certain way about different things, you know? I ended up feeling the same way when I encountered my first 9/11 denier, because I hadn't really been around any of those people all that much, and being a rah-rah, shish-boom-bah United States statist, I wasn't really sure how to comprehend a person who didn't see the things the way that I saw them. mature-wise, there should be room for that stuff, right? But is this conversation fun? I used to think that it'd be fun to be on a rocket on the way to the moon. You know, that's bound to be fun. I love roller coasters. Those are fun. Those are kind of like being on a rocket ship to the moon, aren't they? But as a fun day video, though, on a fun day that's being published on Easter, is this all Easter appropriate? On Resurrection Day, as the Easter worshipers call it? Yes. Yes, it is, because astronauts have a fun job. So, questions of the video. What do you think of Elon Musk and all of his Mars BS? What do you think of this new mission to the moon? And finally, do you think we landed on the moon in the first place? And even beyond finally, in a PS, did 9/11 even happen? And was it an inside job?